All right, today I'm super excited to be touring a beautiful luxury home, very elegant, on a few acres in the Forest View Estates neighborhood of Monument. You can see right away it's got some nice views. One thing I love is as I pulled into the driveway, it's a nice flat driveway, so no worries about slipping and sliding down the hill as you pull up to the property. It's got a nice island here in the middle with a little bench. You could admire your home, some flagstone steps, beautiful Christmas tree right there. The lot seems very well maintained, so you can see that like the scrub oaks have been mitigated and trimmed. Lots of curb appeal here. Wide driveway. There's tons of parking and this dog run area over here that I'll show you up closer in a little bit. Beautiful windows. It looks like the seller even had them cleaned. Take in the nice views. This is a big home, about 7,500 square feet. I'm going to show you all of it. A few things I notice right off the bat. Lots of symmetry. So I see these pretty arches here leading into that formal sitting room. Another arch here leading to the primary suite. Great staircase going up with metal, looks like iron railings up there with lots of custom work, metal work done. Formal dining room, another arch, then another arch into the kitchen. I love how that looks when you first walk in. It's fresh paint inside. It's very clean and bright. Here's a look at the tile. All right, there's an office right when you first walk in. It's got a fireplace. Beautiful crown molding, look at this. And there's rope lighting up there for accent lighting. Hardwood floors, these are oak floors, like real hardwood. Built-in cabinets. Great office. With the doors, you can shut the door and get some work done. I am impressed with this metalwork here. So here's a close-up. All right, we'll start with the common space, then we'll move on to the bedrooms. Here's the formal sitting area. Look at those ceilings, more arches, very consistent to the style and design of the home. Super thick crown molding up there. Recessed lighting. This is a great room. This walks out to the back patio and you can see the mountain views. Nice flat lot, big patio. And it's very private. So you've got a neighbor back there, but I can't see any of their living spaces. I can see the corner of a window, but this is very private. Another door over here on the end. Great room for entertaining. Again, look at the arches. I like it. This feels like a very California house to me, kind of with the light walls, the darker wood, the richer wood, the tile. There's a powder room here. All right, let's go through to the formal dining room. It sort of mirrors the office in style, so it's got the crown molding and that recessed lighting up there that probably just beautifully glows at night when it's lit up. There's the front entrance. You got a built-in here. Great for displaying, storing all your stuff. All right, and then that pops us into the kitchen. So here's what I notice. Gorgeous granite slab. It's honed, not super gloss, it's very pretty. It's kind of a green color. There's a gas range, microwave, granite slab backsplash. So you don't see that very often, but I love when I see that in higher end homes. Instead of just tile or an accent tile, I always talk about backsplashes. These cabinets look like cherry wood. So we've got garage, pantry, laundry through there. I'll take you back there in a minute. That's the dining room through there. Lots and lots of cabinet space. You've got really all the space you need. The same tile carries through from the foyer, through the hallway there. Then you've got the hardwood in the office, the dining room, and that formal sitting room. All right, you've got a prep sink over here. Same granite backsplash. You can see like the difference, the slab here. It's not just a thin veneer. It's the real deal, even on the backsplash. And then you've got this great warming room, they would call it in the South, but a sitting room off of the kitchen. More of the arches, nice vaulted ceiling, cathedral ceiling in here with all the recessed lighting. Nice and bright without being blinding. You've got another fireplace, more built-ins. Here's the eat-in nook, the breakfast nook of the kitchen with a walkout here to the side patio. I'll give you a view out these windows too. This is fantastic. Look at what a great lot it is. You're not cliffside, you still have some views, very usable. Another walkout here. And that's to the same patio I showed you earlier from the formal living room. All right, let's check out down here. Little prep area here. There's the dining room again. Here's a pantry. It's actually bigger than I expected. There's a light in there. The same tile carries all the way through here, so it's very consistent. Here we've got a bigger pantry. There we go. So we have two pantries. That I love. This is for storing all the big stuff. Maybe that's for kids grab and go. Okay, this is a little different. So this is a bonus room off of sort of the kitchen, pantry area. This is not access to the garage. So this would be a great dog room, cat room. If you have pets and they need a room to themselves sometimes, this is tiled. This would be a great room. Looks like it's heated. It could just be a great storage room. There's a prep sink in here. Wow. Tile here, ceramic tile. Also access to the back from here. Wow, this is a bonus room. I love it. Okay, so you can see where we came from. Here's the laundry room with access to the garage. So you've got a great sink in here, great light, looking out to the driveway, tons of storage, lots of room. coat closet. And here's the garage. So it's a 3-car plus garage. So here's 2 cars. You've got nice cabinets built in. A finished floor, totally finished garage. These are very pretty cabinets. Got central vac, pretty sweet. More cabinets here. Okay. Dog wash area if you choose. Work area, whatever you need. You've got hot and cold water there. Here's the 3rd car bay. So it's definitely extended. I'll show you from this far side. But this is a full bay. It's definitely not like a golf cart garage or anything like that. And you can see it goes all the way back. Now there are built-ins in here, which is going to affect the width a little bit. I drive a pretty big SUV. I would still fit here. Okay, and these all match the other cabinets in the main 2-car bay. Full-size fridge and freezer. Love it. Let's check this out. All right, so down here, we've got even more space, and we'll see this access from inside the house too, I think. Great dog room, got it. You've got natural light. That's gonna go into the basement, I'm guessing. Great space. This is a big space. Wow, lots of bonuses, some built-in storage here. This is about, what, 6-7 steps, just about a half flight off of the main garage. And then check this out. Extra wide door here out to an enclosed area. So dog run, whatever you might use it for. So that goes around to the back. You can see some of the doors to this patio. I see a deer walking back there. But this is all fenced in, really it would be a great dog run. You can see the fence here, so it's got the metal on it to keep the dogs in. Okay, trees in here, so there's shade, and a gate here. So just a great enclosure. And it has access to the house and to the garage. All right. We still have more to see, even on the main level. Let's check it out. So when you come home, you're going to come into this bedroom, laundry room, straight into the kitchen, pantry, bonus room. Feels very comfortable. I know this is a big home. Here's down to the basement. This is a big home, but it does not feel overwhelming. Like, it feels very comfortable, livable. It doesn't feel like anybody's going to get lost. There is an elevator here. I'm not going to show you that, but it does have a working elevator. The bellhop's on vacation, so I won't be riding in the elevator today. Here's that formal living room. Again, office and foyer. Let's go into the primary suite. So we shift back from the tile to the hardwood floors, the natural oak. More of that thick crown molding, very pretty, like high contrast against the lighter walls. I think it's very pretty. It's very striking. Little bench here. Here's a view of the back. Extremely private and really pretty views. Good sized bedroom. All right, in here we've got a sink, up the walls. Big walk-in shower. And actually, this is a junior suite. This is a guest suite on the main level. I'm gonna tell you, this is not gonna be the primary suite. Okay. So very pretty for a guest junior suite. All right. Let's go upstairs now. I can't wait to see what the primary suite really looks like. Again, you've got this metal railing. I love it. Nicely trimmed out, like just nice finishes. Here we go. All right, so at the top of the stairs, closet there, double doors into the true primary suite. Let's go. You know, I love that there are so many details, especially with the woodwork, but they're consistent throughout, so it doesn't feel kind of hodgepodge pieced together. So again, you've got the same, or if not very similar, crown molding with the recessed lighting up there that just glows at night. It's just nice ambiance. Great views to the east. Check that out. So you got a sitting room here. This is a primary suite, beautiful. Same tile as we saw before, so it doesn't feel picked apart. Got tile here, same that we've seen in a few other spaces in the home. Big soaking tub, one of two sinks. Granite, solid granite countertop. Little built in there, it all matches. You can see the detail here. All right, there's a shower here with a nice arch, like it's very consistent style. I notice. Good size shower, water closet, one of the closets. Matching second vanity with tower, just like the other one. All tiled walls. And here's the second closet. So it goes in quite a bit. It is, I would say it's adequate space for sure. It's appropriate. All right, let's check out the sitting room off of the main bedroom here. Got it. Look at how all the elements mirror. I love it. So the same molding with the rope lighting inset for that really pretty glow. Nice big built-in. All right, a balcony out here. This is a shared balcony with one of the other bedrooms. Pretty metalwork, matches the staircase from what I can tell. This looks like very consistent cherry wood throughout the house, oak on the floor. All right. All right, here we've got another ensuite bedroom. Crown molding, great views. You can see some of the rock formations out there. Side patio. A 3/4 bath here, so it's got a nice walk-in shower. And then a smaller closet here. Okay, there's the elevator. Remember, the bellhop's on vacation. Here's a linen closet, a big linen closet. And then we have a catwalk here that goes across. There's a great overhead view of that formal sitting room. Remember I talked about the arches and the ceiling, beautiful views of the mountain out there. And this looks down to the foyer and sort of into the office. There's that little balcony that connects the primary suite office with that other bedroom. Wow. All right. Here we've got 2 adjoining bedrooms. So here's one, kind of at the front of the house. I know I sound like a broken record, but I have to point it out. We've got the same crown molding. We've got arches. Here's that balcony. See the arches go through. There's a door to this set of rooms that'll close off. Okay, huge closet. Big bathroom, giant tub. I mean, come on, it's a hot tub. Mountain views out the window. Very pretty room. With a fireplace. You can get a peek at some of the property there, kind of through the screen. Very pretty, staged very nicely, like very appropriate to the style of the home, I think. All right. All right, let's head down to the lower level now. Little shelf there for displaying. All right, so you can see kitchen area, this area back behind me, nice big wide door down to the lower level here. All right, so this level's not carpeted. This has an epoxy coat on concrete. So very, very kind of utilitarian, functional. You've got an alcove over here. Nice light down here. Great sitting area. I mean, you've got tons of space. You can pretty much do whatever you want for use of space down here. We've got another room here with wall closets there. Again, good natural light. The ceiling kind of bumps up here. So this could be a workout room if you needed to hang anything high. All right, we've got a wet bar here. So we've got a sink, little fridge down at the end. There we go. Utility and storage here. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna bet you that's that area we saw off of the garage. Here's the elevator again. Oh, how pretty. So a room here. Big bedroom. Aw, how fun with the ivy hanging. Okay, closet there. Again, we've got the epoxy coated concrete down here. Actually, and this is I'm not sure if it's epoxy or like a rubber coating that was kind of poured and laid, but A full bathroom here with like a cultured counter top there. Framed mirror, shower tub, under the stair closet here, and then here's that room again off of the garage. Okay, so the basement has access from the main level and from the garage. Very versatile. So if you had in-laws staying here, grown kids, whatever, if you had folks that wanted their own access here, they can have it off of that third bay and come straight down to their basement apartment. Let's go check out the outside now. I want to show you some of the rest of the lot. I am super impressed with this home. What I'm most impressed with is for such a large home, square footage wise, like I said, almost 7,500 square feet, it doesn't feel overwhelming at all. It feels very livable, very comfortable. We're on 2.5 acres here. This is a home I feel like when the weather is usually so nice in the summer and fall in Monument, Colorado, the doors could all be opened up. If you were entertaining, you could just open everything up. People could just flow out to the patio here. Oh, I would put lights in these trees. It would be really magical. So you got a sidewalk that goes around to the front of the house. You can see it does have central AC. It is nice and cool inside. Beautiful trees. Very mature lot. Lots of privacy without feeling like it's crowded. Some lots, the trees are so close, you can't see through them and you just feel like you're kind of stuck. Here's that side patio. Again, open up those doors, people can just flow out. And there's that enclosure I talked about earlier, kind of a dog run enclosure. So I noticed off of that bonus room, they have a ramp that comes down for access to the patio. So there could be true main level living here. If you had someone who stairs were a challenge for, they could enjoy staying in that primary suite, that big suite on the main level. Really all the space they could use for common area living space. And then there's a ramp even out to this back patio. This is a good one. If you ever have questions about Colorado real estate, hit me up, message me, leave a comment, and I'm happy to answer your questions. This is for more information on this property, just let me know in the comments, and I'd love to answer questions. I'm loving this one though. What do you think?